Morning, good Saturday morning to you all. It is the 12th of November and it's a little cloudy here in Folkestone, but I've heard it's going to be up to 17 degrees. We're going to have sun, so it's wonderful. Those of you in London who are going to the Lord Mayor show, I used to go many times, and it's a really, I'm so glad they have it on this year. It's fantastic, so enjoy that. And I'm going to do today's reading from UCB. And that is learn to unplug and unwind. Aha. Come ye yourselves apart and rest a while. Mark 6:31 KJV. Isn't it interesting that the most high-tech generation in history is also the most medicated generation? The Bible predicted this. God told Daniel that in the last days many shall run to and fro and knowledge shall increase. Daniel 12:4 KJV. That's just us. That's us. One researcher says we have trained our brains to constantly flit around the universe of messages and information, seeking brief hits of excitement, grazing ceaselessly. We never dig too deeply before moving on to the next distraction. Excuse me. And it ratchets up our stress levels in ways we are only starting to understand. When was the last time you enjoyed some uninterrupted downtime without feeling guilty and unproductive? Do you even take time to reflect and recharge? Avoiding burnout requires these, recognizing the signs. If you tweet and text people all day but you're still lonely, technology may be dominating your life. Doing something about it. Make yourself unavailable for short periods and see what happens. The world won't come to an end, honest. Realizing you have a choice, people who think they should be available 24 hours a day exaggerate their own importance or the control others have over them. Establishing boundaries. Rein in the emails and text messages. Do you really need all those FYIs about the same thing? Telling people unless it's truly urgent, you answer emails at designated times throughout the day. Setting a schedule and sticking with it. After a few minutes of surfing the internet, ask yourself, should I be doing this? Jesus said, come apart and rest a while. Why? Because when you don't come apart, you fall apart. I completely agree with that. I take time. I use my phone like an office. So I have my times in the morning, and I often schedule my social media posts offline, and then when I'll go online and maybe spend an hour, half an hour, answering messages, because I work with time zones all across the world. So for me, I have to do that, but then I just switch off, and and I don't get involved in debates online or anything like that. It's pointless. It doesn't matter. You need to switch off. Like today, it's the weekend, and I need to finish up things in my house. I'm going to do some cooking. I'm going to go for a walk. I've got various bits and bobs to get done. But they're things like painting, cooking, doing some editing, photos, writing letters, those kind of things. For a lot of people, it's different what you like to do. I'm finishing up in the garden, and it's a beautiful day here today. Look, it's lovely now. It's nice and clear. I got some painting to do, plant some bulbs and things. But that's my therapy. Everyone's got their own kind of therapy and switch off. Whatever it is, a lot of people shopping. They'll be shopping today. But, it's coming up to Christmas. And what I do encourage you to do is actually go out, walk, wherever you are. Support your local communities. I try to as much as possible. And when I actually moved to this house, I literally came with a chest of drawers and a TV and personal things, and I bought everything here from Folkestone, and I pretty much walked everywhere, and that's how I know a lot of people here and a lot of small businesses, and I'm really happy about that. I'm very proud to say I didn't buy anything from Amazon. Not one thing. Good girl. I wanted to support the community. I didn't want to be one of those down from Londoners. And I hope I haven't been. Not that there's anything wrong with down from anywheres, but when you've lived in 10 different countries, you kind of it's the thing. You think, right, where am I going to go now? Let's support the people here. We've lost everything. Pling, ping, 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 ping. I see in the morning, kids like this on their phones. And I look at them and I thought, you're going to walk into this, you're going to walk into that. I was walking yesterday and there was a young kid. He couldn't have been more than 8 or 9. You can see he's running out the door and he's got his backpack and running out of his house, and he's running up the road, and then he stops and he throws his bag on the floor, another one, and he's desperately looking for something. And I said to him, what have you lost? He said, oh my God, my phone, my phone, my phone. He's 8 years old. He had a great big massive iPhone. And I said, and he said, I'm going to be late for school. And I said, well, you better get going then. Why does he need the phone? He's like 8 years old. His phone was bigger than his head. I mean, I guess it's peer pressure. I speak to people who, the kids have got phones and whatever, but that shouldn't be his main focus. And they're all walking along like this. And I just stop and look at them and they're like, oh, I think this phone should be banned at school. But we grew up in a generation we didn't have that. My alarm's about to go, so it means be quiet, Chrissy. Dismiss. I'm going for a walk. Have a lovely Saturday, everybody. Siempre amor. Take care.